Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rezky Atri Oktarin from Universitas BENGKULU as a presenter in first international conference on the teaching of English and literature held on October 27th, 2020 via Zoom. And I'm going to present my paper entitled Students' Failures in Short Speeches, a study at the fourth semester of the English Education Study Program of Universitas BENGKULU. At the background of this study, many English department study program students will encounter problems or disturbances in what they say in speeches, but they don't really realize it because they appear spontaneously and it called fillers. And the research conduct in fourth semester because this class has a course called Speaking for Presentation, which is suitable when examines the use of filler in their speech or presentation. And the objectives of this study, the first to know what the types of fillers that is used by the students of fourth semester of Universitas BENGKULU in short speech are, and next to analyze what the function of fillers that commonly used by the students of fourth semester of Universitas BENGKULU in short speech are. And the design of this study were descriptive qualitative research design. And the subject of this study were 79 students of fourth semester of Universitas BENGKULU. But according to Gay and Dale 1992, if we take more samples, it will be better for the result. But sampling depends on what kind of the research. If it's a qualitative research, the minimum sample is 10% from the population. Here, the researcher took 20% samples of the population, which about 16%. And the research instrument in this study were observation checklist, interview table, types and function tables, and audio recorder. The technique of data collection of this research, the first, making list of short speech topic, and then coming to the class for taking the samples about 16 persons from both classes. Next, using lottery to determine the samples by giving their a small paper with the number inside. For those who get the paper with number will be the subject. And then asking the sample to make a short speech no more than 100 words. After that, asking them to memorize it in 1 minute. And then recording and filming their short speech. After that, listen to their short speech, find the fillers they use. Next, ask the subject, why do they use fillers on their short speech for fillers based on the audio record? And finally, take a note as the result of the interview. And for the result and discussion of this study, here the table shows that the most frequent of fillers used by the fourth semester students of English Department Study Program of Universitas BENGKULU were by unlexicalized filler with 79. It takes more than 100 from the total number 170 fillers used by them. Then followed by lexicalized fillers with 76 and uncategorized fillers with 15. And for the result and discussion of this study, the result of this study show that all of the students use fillers in their search page. They all use both of type of fillers, which are lexicalized, such as okay, well, and more, and unlexicalized fillers, such as and more. In this research, the researcher found several uncategorized types of fillers because the fillers that appear cannot be classified neither lexicalized nor unlexicalized fillers. For the example, I want to learn. It happens because those uncategorized fillers are not phrases as the definition of lexicalized or unlexicalized filler. The researcher found the function of the fillers that the students use Those functions are hesitating, empathizing, editing term, and time creating devices. And the conclusion of this study, the researcher found the similarities between 16 students who become the subject of the research using types of pillars, which they all are use lexicalized and unlexical pillars, and from all five pillars, the 16 students who become the subject of the research use four of the functions such as hesitating, empathizing, editing term, and time creating devices. In this research, the students do not use the mitigating function. The researcher interviewed all the subjects after they have recorded their short speech to know about what is the function, why do they use fillers in their short speech. All the reasons they said were matched with the function theory by the expert. And that's all my presentation about my paper.